Good morning, everyone. I wanted to come on and remind you that, at least in my view, anxiety is not a mental illness. Often we think about anxiety as a neck up problem. If you've done any coaching with me, I often talk about that we often think it's a brain issue, it's how we think, it's a thinking problem. But in this video, I'm talking about why, at least in my view, it's not a mental illness. And actually, the idea that it is a mental illness that is perpetuated by lots of people, I think with good intention, I should add, actually can hold us back from recovery because we think it's this thing that's fixed. We think we've got some illness or defective part of our brain that means we are just anxious people. We're wired that way and there is no hope of recovery. A lot of clients come to me, less so nowadays after they've seen my videos, but in the past saying, this is just something I've got to manage forever. This is just the way I am. It's the way I'm wired. Now, there's lots of great initiatives around mental health in the world, but often what it does, we give people a label and they think then that's just fixed. It's not something that can be changed, when in actual fact, I think the opposite is true. So I don't think anxiety is a mental illness. I just think it's a physical problem that's developed because of sensitization on the nervous system, as you hear me talking about all the time. It's actually entirely predictable, and it's a logical, and it's a result we should expect from anyone who is exposed to prolonged stress over their lifetime. We end up learning the anxiety habit. So our nervous system, our flight or fight response, adapts to what we have learned is a fearful world, or is a world that should be feared in some way, purely through the experiences that we have had in our life that we couldn't understand, we couldn't process, we repressed, we just survived our way through, we white knuckled our way through because we had no other choice, we had no other skills to be able to do it. So therefore, of course, our nervous system gets tired, it switches on, it becomes a bit defensive, our wall goes up a bit for protection, which is great if there is a physical threat right in front of us. You hear me talk about this all the time. If there's a tiger about to eat you, you want to be alert. You want to be thinking. You want to be looking for the exits. You want to be thinking your way out of the situation. You want to be anticipating problems, going over what happened last time the tiger was there, so next time you can take a different path. But the problem with anxiety is that flight or fight response, the nervous system, the body is activating with everyday thoughts, and that's what anxiety is. So your heart starts to race, the adrenaline starts to surge, you get palpitations, you get shortness of breath, tightness in the throat, lump in the throat, tension, headaches, sweaty palms, flushing, burning sensations, whatever it is, just a slow drip of adrenaline, cortisol. And that's a whole body experience, because if you have a reaction to thoughts, then we start to take them seriously. We start to take these anxious thoughts seriously. So it's actually a whole body issue. Without the physical reaction, without the nervous system activating the whole body to react to these different thoughts, then you wouldn't be anxious about these problems in the same way that you are now. You wouldn't be anxious or worried about these thoughts, these what ifs, in the same way that you are now. So again, in my view, it's not a neck up problem, it's a whole body issue, and it's purely a result of stress building up over long periods of time. The body has actually adapted to what we've taught it to do. No one teaches themselves the anxiety habit deliberately, but that's what we do. We learn, and so the body adapts to what it's learned or been told is a fearful world that should be feared, that we should be on the defensive with. So the good news is we can unlearn that habit. We can unlearn that program, that anxiety program that's entrenched in our whole body over time, through all the methods I describe about letting it all happen, not fearing it anymore, number one, understanding why you're in this state, and then using the practices to slow down, to go loose, to allow, to deal with the whole body. I never talk to people about challenging their thoughts, anything like that, getting involved in their thoughts. It's not a mind issue. It's not necessarily a thinking problem. It's a whole body challenge that can be unlearned. It's an unhelpful habit. No one, when you get a diagnosis, ever does a test on your brain to understand if there's anxiety in there or anything like that. So therefore, in my view, it's almost impossible to say it's some sort of mental illness. There might be chemical changes in the brain that adapt to what I've just described, but it doesn't mean you have a chemical imbalance that's causing a dysfunction in the brain. I just wanted to remind people of that because I know it can be a barrier to recovery. Some people think, oh, well, I'm different. Maybe my brain's not right. My brain's wired wrong, and therefore those beliefs can really hold people back. So I just wanted to come on again and put that message out there. I hope it helps. Let me know if you've got any comments or questions, but otherwise I will see you again soon. Take care.